Hey, how you doing? This is Pastor Macmillan here for a High Definition Relationship. Hey, I want to talk to you today about communication because communication is so important, especially with couples. And I want to encourage you to continue to work on communication. Communication, it's important because you have to take what you think, what you believe, your deep thoughts, belief in idiosyncrasies. You take everything and you have to deliver it and get it into another person, namely your spouse, in order for there to be proper communication so that you can be in unity. So I want to say from the outset, communication increases your chance of influencing that particular person or group of people. But you got to communicate in a way to where you connect. So I'd like to further enhance that by saying connection, it increases your ability to influence other people. Another thing, connection. We call it bonding when it comes to relationship. Bonding is it's not all about you. It's about the other person. You have to get what's in you inside of them. That's another reason why this communication, the connecting is so very important. Another thing, when you connect, it's going to take time. It's going to take energy. But this is very important because if you don't connect the right way, if you don't communicate the right way, you'll find yourself having the same problems over and over again. So I want to encourage you, take the time to communicate and connect. Now, what's some of the things that can hold back your communication? It can hold back your successful communication. One of the things from the outset is criticizing the person. You don't want to criticize the person. What you want to do, you want to criticize, criticize the situation. But when it comes to the person, you can't criticize a person and expect them to have the energy and the confidence to walk through a problem with you where they will be incriminated in that. You don't want to criticize the person. In fact, don't even be critical, okay? Just bring it up, go through the issue, and quit pointing fingers and trying to criticize and trying to put the blame on another person, because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work like that. So hold down this criticism, work through the problem, find out things that can be changed, adjusted, and altered. The next one is defensiveness in your response. Your response to your spouse when you begin to talk about stuff is you get very defensive. And once again, that shuts things down. It lets the other person know you're not going to get through. In fact, I'm not going to let you through because I'm going to get very defensive about what you say because it makes me look bad or I can't handle it or whatever. So make sure that when you communicate, don't mess up your communication by trying to criticize the person and then being defensive in your responses. Don't do that. The third one is bad timing. You see, because there are things you need to bring up. You may need to bring up an issue that's been going on for a while, but your timing has to be right. It really does. Tone. I like saying tone and timing, but I want to specifically concentrate on timing because as soon as you come home from work, that's not good timing. When you're trying to unwind and relax, that's not good timing. Just keep that issue on you that you want to talk about, but find a way to bring it up and find a light way to bring it up. Usually when you tell, especially when a young lady, a wife tells a husband, honey, we need to talk. Usually, immediately, number two, defensiveness. We need to talk. That means we're going to sit down and we're going to look face to face and talk about something that's serious and probably very intense. No, find a way of having better timing. You may be out doing something, laughing, having fun. You just say, well, honey, you know what? We did want to talk about that. Just let me know when you talk about it. Or look, I don't want to bring it up, but we just need to do this and that'll be the end of that problem. Try to keep it as light as you can, but make sure that your timing is right, because if your timing is off, everything else is going to be off. And this one is very important, very important. When you're in a conflict and you're trying to solve it, you have to understand that your failure to pause and stop and reconnect, or like we say, bond, you need to bond back with your spouse. Stop for a minute and say, honey, let's take a break. I love you. I really appreciate you. Look, we're going to get through this, and bond back together again. Don't allow yourself to get to a place where you're so far and alienated away from each other that it's hard for you to come back together. That is going to cause a huge problem. That is going to cause some issues. So make sure you look over those areas when it comes to you getting to a place where you want to actually, you say, I want to talk more, but the only way to do it, learn how to communicate and connect the right way.